3.
It's trying. It's trying. See if it connects. This is two waiting. It's you and me. All right. We are live for the big 2020 end of year show with Annette.
That's right.
It is Tuesday, December 29th on this soon to be snowy afternoon here at Toad Hall. We're supposed to get some snow. I know the West Coast and Colorado, they've already had a bunch of snow. And East Coast is getting pounded. Everybody's getting snow finally after Christmas.
My son's out in Denver right now. I haven't
They
heard
got, like,
how bad they are.
How many feet of
I
snow?
don't know.
Had
But
a
I
lot.
did wear my snow boots today in case we did get a lot of snow.
Well, I mean, everybody's going to get snowed in. Everybody's going to be spinning their turntable. So we got a great show. Annette's got the top 10 best-selling records or artists of the year. I'm going to go over a bunch of big albums that came out. I got a bunch of them. So things that maybe you missed, pre-pandemic, January, February, March, seems like about 5 years ago. So there's probably
kidding.
There's a lot of people who started collecting after the pandemic, so they might have missed some stuff from January, February, March.
Which goes into this. Vinyl sales hit historic high in the U.S. after Black Friday on 2020.
Wow.
And the week of November 27th through December 3rd, 1.253 million vinyl albums were sold, which is up 56% from the best ever week before.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, they're crushing it.
56%, isn't that awesome?
That was November 27th to December 3rd,
Yep.
so it'd be like Black Friday weekend, essentially.
Well, and a lot of that I think had to do with also RSD Black Friday.
Yeah, of
helped it with
course.
that too. So actually, RSD Black Friday 2020 accounted for 542,000 LP sold.
500,000 records
half a
just
million.
for Black Friday RSD.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Pretty
insane.
cool, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I've been here for 15 years, and vinyl has gotten bigger every year. People come in the store all the time like, what's it like now that vinyl's back? I'm like, back? I've been doing this for 15 years. It's gotten bigger every year. I don't know that it's been back. I don't want to say it's like a fad where it's like here and gone. I think it's been a slow progression, kind of like what CDs are doing now, too.
Yeah, CDs are just flying out too.
Yeah, so it's like physical media on all fronts, not just what we sell, but, movies, music,
Right.
VHS tapes, magazines, books. Any physical medium is way up this year.
Did you say DVDs?
DVDs, of course.
Yeah, absolutely.
Everything, all physical media is up. So, all right. Well, you want to? I guess I'll get into one of mine. I got 3 crates, so I'll start with one of mine, and then we'll jump over to you. We'll give you a
Yeah,
break.
that sounds like a great idea.
All right. So I have these in absolutely no order today, guys. just a big smattering of what came out in 2020, and if you missed it, we're here to remind you to get it. So I'm going to start with the boss. Bruce Springsteen hadn't had a new record in quite some time. I mean, I think Western Stars was his last big release. This is the indie exclusive colored variant, $39, which I think is the same price as the black vinyl.
Yeah, I think so too.
Did you listen to this?
No, I have not.
It's probably my favorite Springsteen in a long time.
Somebody was telling us about the concept behind this letter to you, and do you remember what the backstory was on it?
Oh, well,
I can't remember right
It
off.
had a nice backstory to it. I don't remember off the top of my head. I think it was. I know one of the songs was about. He was thinking back on his life with all his buddies he had met or something. It was really kind of cool. Anyway, the music itself is really good. The lyrics have a substantial meaning. Springsteen. I'm not a huge Springsteen fan. I know a lot of people are. But even as not a huge Springsteen fan, I thought this was worth a listen. All right, this one didn't come out this year, but the vinyl finally did. Sigur Rós, parentheses, probably the hardest record to find because it's a parentheses.
Well, not only that, but try to pronounce that name the correct way.
Sigur Rós, yeah, our buddies from up in, I think they're from Iceland. Greenland? Iceland. They're from Iceland.
And if you try to go into their website and they give you like the pronunciation of it,
yeah, Sigur
I tried it
Rós.
like 30 times. There's no way I'm ever going to be able to say that the way it's supposed to be said.
Good ambient, chill kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely worth. Like I said, this record was going for well over $200 for original presses, so it's a really hard record to find, or at least it was. They reissued it. I bought a mountain of them. I got them here in shop. Seven Dust for all you hard rock fans. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they had a new album. A lot of people wonder what happened to these bands. They are still out. They are still touring. $25, single LP record. Seven Dust still on the road doing it. Actually, I give these guys a lot of respect because they come to our little town and play our little venues.
They did.
They still come around the Northern Illinois area and rock out a lot with us. So hats off to
I
them.
believe they were they at the waterfront one year?
Yeah, they've been at the waterfront a number of times. They've been Dan, our hard rock enthusiast, metal enthusiast, thumbs up. He's loving it. So, all right, it's Chris Stapleton. This one's not that old, guys. This just came out about a month ago. We got them in stock. I know their stock was kind of hard when they first came out.
That's my newest album I bought.
And what do you think?
Well, I've only listened to the first side of or the side 1 and 2. I haven't listened to the second album. So far, I love it.
Yeah,
Really,
it's in line with his other stuff. So you're getting what you're getting with Chris Stapleton. I have to say it's not the best cover I've seen all year. Starting over.
Easy to find though.
Starting over. Yeah, this and the White Album. But I don't know. I feel like he could have made a cooler cover. I don't know.
It's called Starting Over though, so maybe this is a brand new blank white slate for him to start over
That's what
with.
he started with. I don't know. Well, at least the record's good. He made a killer record, so it's my only critique. All right, I got some Cat Stevens. All right, I got to do these two together. So you got Tea for the Tillerman, the classic that can no longer be found at your used record store because we're out of them. I'm pretty much always perpetually out of this record. So they did finally reissue. We have a reissue of Tea for the Tillerman. It's even got the embossed lettering on it, 50th anniversary edition, which obviously the record came out 50 years ago, but the reissue just came out. But this did come out this year. Tea for the Tillerman 2, not to be confused with the Rest record. It's the same record with his son.
Oh, so that's the story behind it.
So it's him, it's Cat Stevens singing the record with his son together. They re-recorded the whole thing, so it's like a retake, like a 2020, like 50 years later. We played it all again, and it's fresh, but it's still the stuff you love. So I thought that was really cool. It's a unique idea, and it's got kind of the cool. And it's got his son up in the tree and stuff.
Oh.
It's kind of a cool little thing he's got going on there. So I thought that was a newly reimagined recording of the 70 classic. So there you have it.
I'm going to throw this one in too.
There you go.
Yeah.
Queensryche, Empire. Good luck finding an original. If you have one, you're one of the lucky few. $50 gets you the new 2 LP. I thought these were on red vinyl. They don't have a hype sticker. I see that they got a barcode over. It might be on limited red. There was a couple versions of it. I hate when they don't put a hype sticker to tell you, but Queensryche, Empire's out. This one snuck by everyone.
It's supposed to be, according to this, it's audiophile vinyl plus it's on red vinyl.
Red vinyl. Yeah, I thought that Empire was on red.
Yeah.
That's pretty sure.
Limited edition, 30th anniversary limited edition, and a gatefold cover.
Yeah,
On that one.
and a 2 LP gatefold. So this one though snuck by everyone. Sam Smith has been a huge seller in the store for many, many years. This comes out and it came out with like the same week 3 other big releases came out, and I think everyone missed it. So Sam Smith obviously always kind of tearing up the pop charts. This one snuck out on everybody. So it's got Promises with Calvin Harris, How Do You Sleep, Dancing with a Stranger. So he's got some great songs on it, but
Now I remember seeing that one come in.
yeah, because it
snuck right through.
It came in right when vinyl, we were getting past the pandemic and a lot of vinyl was coming out and a lot of releases were coming out. And this one just slipped by everyone. The one that didn't slip by everyone, though, Tom Petty and the Wildflowers, 3 LP. We have the 7, we have the 9 still. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this because I've hit it a lot. But awesome album, worth mentioning.
Still available here.
Still available.
Yep.
Finally have stock again. Here's another one that kind of slipped by, I think because of the cover. Warrant's Greatest Hits. It doesn't look like an 80s rock album.
It doesn't.
It looks like a cartoon thing. It's limited edition splatter vinyl, but it's Warrant. All their greatest hits. So, of course, it starts with Cherry Pie, The Jones, Southern Comfort, Down Boys, Hollywood, So Far, Uncle Tom's Cabin, Bad Tattoo, I Saw Red, Heaven, Pennies. And it's $31. So it's a little pricey, but you're getting a cool splatter. And, I mean, there aren't any other way to get Warrant records. We don't have any Warrant records in the store. So at least now you can get them. All right, I got a few more, and we're going to flip it over to Annette here. This record hit the 10th anniversary. Finally, Brushfire Fairy Tales, Jack Johnson. a favorite here in the shop. We sell a ton of them. This is an audiophile pressing, guys. 20th anniversary. HQ 180 gram vinyl. I had trouble keeping these in. Finally got some more stock in. Happy to have more Jack Johnson. Can't do 2020 without White Stripes Greatest Hits. $32, 2 LP.
That's a good deal.
Yeah, it is. We're getting down through them. I think we're almost out of these. We had a big allotment when they first came out. I'm down to just a couple copies. So they've been selling really well. This way you don't have to buy their like 7 albums. You can just buy this.
Nice.
Because you get into vinyl, a lot of people are new to vinyl.
Yeah.
So White Stripes have a lot of records, and not one of them has a bad. I mean, there's a hit on every one of them. So it's
Well, and sometimes greatest hits is the way to go, and you can decide which ones you like, and if you want to expand to an individual album, you have
you got that option because all this stuff is in print, which is nice. Again, didn't come out this year, but the reissue did. Total 4, along with 3 other Total records, came out. I don't know, 4 or 5 months ago. Obviously, this record with Africa on it got huge, and these have been kind of hard to find the last 5 or 6 years. But these just got reissued. And then this was a totally new record that came out this year, Volume 4, Redux. So this is a reimagining of Black Sabbath's Volume 4. The cool thing is it's on these really crazy colored vinyls. It's on like a splattered purple mix. It says it's on... this one doesn't say. I know the sticker color. There's a couple different colors. This one's got the purple sticker, so I think it's like a splatter purple. But it's got Zakk Wylde, Matt Pike, The Haunt, and more, and Obsessed. So it's heavy metal dudes. Matt Pike is awesome doing Black Sabbath 4. So I don't usually bring a lot of reimagined or cover albums in, but when you get a good one like this, it's been selling really well, and it's a really good album. So
neon yellow vinyl.
Neon yellow. I know they came out in a couple colors, and this one's sealed. The early ones came just unsealed in a sleeve, so I could open them and see them. But these actually came shrink wrapped. So, all right, that's my first crate. What's Annette got? Let's jump over to Annette. Let's see what she's
once
got
again,
going here.
I had homework. What did I tell you last time? I haven't had homework in 40 plus years. Alrighty, so let's go to the top 10 best-selling artists in 2020. I did have to pull one out of Nick's
out of my stack.
Number 10, we've got the Beastie Boys. These have all the Beastie Boys have been selling really well this season.
Yeah, in fact, this is the only one we have left in stock.
This is 2 LPs, $38. It is limited edition color vinyl. Of course, we don't know what color vinyl.
I think it's. I don't remember if they're gold. Oh, they didn't tell you, did they? But we should highlight the Beastie Boys music, which is the one that just came out a month ago, which is their new greatest hits. So they came out with solid gold hits, I don't know, a decade ago or 15 years ago, and we've had that in print. They just came out with Beastie Boys music, which I'm currently out of. I'm going to order more today, but she's going through the top 10. So even though we may not have their best-selling one, we'll at least cover them all.
Right, and these are just the artists. I do have a list also of the top 10 albums.
So these are so top 10 artists. So
these are
number
top
10
selling Beastie Boys. Number 10.
Number 10. So number 9.
Number 9, we have one of Nick's favorites here. We have Joy Division.
It's not Unknown Pleasures, but it's closer.
Do we have? Do we still have the other one in stock?
No, Unknown Pleasures. I'm waiting to get more.
Okay, so Joy Division, number 9 on the top 10 best-selling artists in 2020.
They've been selling so well, I can't keep them in stock. Also to mention, they did those singles. So this is obviously their second album, Closer. Unknown Pleasures always is the best seller. These were really hard to get. And then this year they did those like 12-inch singles. I think they did 3 of them. I think I still might have one of those. But
I didn't.
They did like a 3-inch single, or a 12-inch single thing that came out. So that was a big deal.
Number 8.
Number 8.
Rolling Stones.
Not to be, I'm sure, I'm not really surprised.
2 different versions.
This is an old record store day one.
Yeah.
This is cool. Die cut, 50-year anniversary. Black and blue Rolling Stones.
Number 8, and of course we all know Black Friday.
The Rolling Stones box. That should lead me into the Let It Bleed. It's probably their number 8 because they had a huge reissue campaign where they reissued all of their almost their whole catalog, all their 70s catalog individually this year. So So that probably helped a lot, along with the buzz from the Let It Bleed. I'm going to jump in real quick and talk about the Let It Bleed box, because we all went over the Let It Bleed Record Store Day release. It was $100, and like 900 people got them. This is a much better deal. For $125, you get a 2 LP, gatefold, SACD, 45, picture, poster, all sorts of stuff for $125. So for $25 more, you get a much bigger, badder package. This should have been, in my opinion, the Record Store Day release.
Hand numbered.
Oh, and they're hand numbered.
Yeah.
I almost forgot. We sold out of our first allotment. We got a few more of these. They are limited edition. They don't say.
Oh, they're hand numbered inside.
They're hand numbered. Oh, you can see it. It's sneaking right underneath there.
Okay.
Underneath right there. It's hand numbered, but it doesn't show. All right, number 7.
Number 7, which kind of threw me for a loop.
Number 7.
That was Nina Simone.
Yeah, that's kind of surprising.
Yeah. I know we've got a couple of her albums here. We do sell them on and off, but I don't see her flying out the door here.
A lot of people ask about it, and it's probably because you can't find original Nina Simone's.
Mm-hmm.
So everyone when comes in, they want it. They can't find it used. Boom, they buy it new. And it's $23. It's not expensive. 4 Men with Beards have been putting these out. There's also a lot of Nina Simone records. I mean, there's like 9 titles that are out. So, I mean, I get it. I'm not surprised. We do keep them stocked here because people do ask for them. But a lot of times they come in here and there's so much we have that they buy other stuff. So
Number 6.
Number 6.
Wish we had the one to show you that everybody wants, but we don't.
Kind of Blue?
Kind of KOB.
I think we have them in the back. We just didn't have time to grab it.
Not the box sets, though, that everybody wanted. Right?
Oh, the Kind of Blue 45 cut. Yeah, those are gone.
Those are gone. So Miles Davis, this is in Amsterdam, 1957. It's 1 LP, and it's $26.
Did this come out this year? I think it did. I think that reissue came out this year. But they, Kind of Blue, Miles Davis, everybody knows Kind of Blue. We have the regular press in stock. Bitches Brew just got reissued. We got that in stock. We got a bunch of Miles Davis. Obviously, when you're number 6 best-selling artist this year, you got to have them. So.
And, the KOB One Step. Good luck, right?
Yeah, the 45, 45 cut.
No, I meant the One Step, didn't he?
No.
The KOB? Oh, I'm thinking, okay.
No, you're thinking of the 45.
Yep, I am. Number 5, Prince.
Number 5.
Number 5.
What can you say? He's still riding high on his death, obviously. Unfortunately, we lost him a handful of years ago. The sales are still going crazy. Probably because the family's reissuing everything. Mm-hmm. I mean, he probably had, 5 releases this year? I mean,
probably.
He had...
Well, in February, I think it was in February, before the pandemic struck, there was, down at the Coronado, there was a show.
Prince cover band?
A Prince cover show, and it was really, really good. And that was right before...
Yeah,
that was the last thing live that I went to.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we had the Prince cover show, plus, I mean, he reissued... They had a Record Store Day release, which I still have those. He reissued all of his 90s albums, I believe. Plus, I mean, my Prince section went from 99 and Purple Rain last year to this year it's like this big. I have like 30 of them. So he reissued...
This is a great album.
They're reissuing at a crazy pace.
2 LP, $36. Premium vinyl pressing. RTI did this. Great album.
So that makes sense that he's up there in sales this year.
Number 4. What can we say?
Pink Floyd.
They always do great.
Yeah.
This one just came out a month or two ago. When did this come? Do you remember?
About a month ago.
Yeah.
Not too long
So
ago.
this is a, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4. 3 LPs in it. $71.
Got a cool die cut cover on it.
Yeah. It's remixed from the original master tapes. Doesn't say who remixed it. You get it on heavyweight 180-gram vinyl. 24-page booklet. And it features 9 songs not included on the 1988 2 LP version. So
yeah, it was a
great
good
songs on here.
Anytime we get anything new from Pink Floyd, it's always exciting. This sold like crazy. We're still getting them in and moving them through. I've heard from already gotten feedback from a lot of my audiophiles. They say it sounds amazing. So happy to get something new from Floyd.
Hey, my number 1 favorite Floyd song. First one, side 1, Shine On You Crazy Diamond.
Number 1.
5.
Right off the bat.
Great song. I love it.
Plus it's got a cool little hype sticker.
Yeah.
It's got the little
Number 3.
Number 3 best-selling artist this year in 2020.
Fleetwood Mac.
Oh man, you think it's because of the TikTok video?
Could be.
That had to help it. Put it back in number 1. That darn TikTok cranberry sauce video. Did you remember that?
No, I didn't see that.
Oh, you got to see it. It's all over. And you couldn't have missed it. It was on national news. Anyway, that probably helped the sale of Fleetwood Mac quite a bit. I know it put it back in number 1. But honestly, rumors, there's, what do you say? I mean, it's one of the best-selling albums of all time. It's still one of my best-selling albums in the store. I got 45 cuts in a week ago, sold those out in a day. I heard from my distributors, you can't even get these right now. I ordered like 30 of them because I wasn't going to be able to get them until late January.
Well,
so
we got a handful in stock.
Yeah, we got some of these in stock, but just foot traffic takes one of these a day out of here.
They do.
So
yeah.
And it's priced right. It's $26. So
Number 2.
Number 2 best-selling artist.
Madonna.
This blows me away. I cannot believe
Virgin.
that she's number 2.
1984 album. Good story behind this is I actually went to a Madonna Like a Virgin concert in 1984.
Man.
Alpine Valley, Wisconsin.
Oh, that's a good venue.
It was a great concert. Absolutely great back then. And this is on clear vinyl. Crystal clear vinyl.
Just reissued a few
Apparently
years.
not to be confused with clear vinyl.
A couple months ago, I believe it came out. First allotment went instantly. We just got these back in like last week. Finally getting them back in.
I don't know if I have.
I wonder why she was number 2. I'm sure there's a story why she's number 2.
Because she didn't put out. She didn't put anything new out for a bit, has she?
I don't know.
We'll have to research that.
Yeah, I'll have to look that up.
Number 1, David Bowie.
Number 1 bestseller this year, David Bowie.
Artist.
Best-selling artist, not
Correct.
album. Makes sense. They reissued Man Who Sold the World. They did a few reissue campaigns. Again, with his death, his family's still reissuing a lot of stuff. Everyone loves David Bowie. He's kind of dark in dark times. Makes sense.
Yeah.
This is actually a new reissue. This came out this year. Gold vinyl. 45th anniversary limited edition gold vinyl. $23. So the price, again, you notice something with these best-selling artists is that they never gouge their customers. When they're bestsellers, they're always affordable. You ever notice that?
Yeah. I missed a stack of records somewhere I was going to
And
show.
that's, well, you can go find it.
No.
I can take over. Annette's going to go find her stack of records. I'm going to take over the shelf.
That I
for a minute.
lost.
She pulled the whole stack. We don't know. She's got to go find it.
Oh, I see them.
All right. So, she went over the top 10 best-selling artists. I'm going to continue my releases maybe you missed. I got 3 crates. We're already done for the first one. We're going to move some of these through. Let's see what we got. All right. Some of these we already covered. All right. This album didn't come out this year, but it did on vinyl. Presidents of the United States of America, their first album. Whoops. And maybe their best album. The self-titled. It was huge on MTV. It was hugely influential in my life. I've got it at home. Give it another spin if you haven't listened to it. The whole album's good. If you like little songs about little bugs, boll weevils, little doom buggies, little catchy, fun, quick songs. $27. I'm really happy to have this in the store. I'm going to keep it in the store as long as I darn well can because it's a killer. All right, we already went over the other Pink Floyd record that came out this year, but we've got Nick Mason came out with one. So Pink Floyd related. Also, don't forget the Pink Floyd 7-inch that came out for Record Store Day. So they got the Pink Floyd 7-inch, which I covered in a lot of my RSD videos. This came out for Record Store Day as a single album that had it was like a single. Like I had like 5-6 songs. The full album then came out slightly after. $39, you get the 2 LP set. It's got another die-cut cover that slides out. The center part shows. Nick Mason's Saucer Full of Secrets performs over 2 hours of early Pink Floyd. Always a big deal. All right, the other big deal, which should have been a bigger deal, new Pearl Jam. That's right, if you missed it, they were supposed to do this big world tour. It was going to be this big, ordeal. And of course, COVID shut the whole thing down. So I think they're going to go out on the road next year. Gigaton, obviously, a little bit of political commentary there with the glaciers melting. Always Pearl Jam doing things in a real tasteful way. So it's good to see them. I was excited to hopefully get some tickets and go see them out on the road this year. Maybe next year I'll get a chance. But the new album is still out, and if you missed it, it came out early this year. And there's a gentleman at the front door. You have to see if he's outside. Let him know what's going on. John Prine. Unfortunately, John Prine's passing this year. Sad stuff. But he did have a new release, John Prine's Souvenirs. He then reissued about 40 of his albums. Pretty much all of his records came out. This is for the first time, limited edition etching on side 4. 15 new recordings of classic songs. So this is a new release, but he did reissue John Prine's Best Of. He reissued like 4 or 5 of his classic albums were finally re-released. So John Prine, big artist this year. We already covered, Annette already covered the Delicate Sound of Thunder. Prince, Sign of the Times. So we already kind of covered Prince as one of the best-selling artists this year. This is the Sign of the Times box. 4-record set, includes B-sides and singles, remastered for the first time. Comes in a cool box, $81. Again, one of the many Prince releases that came out this year.
There's a whole stack of new stuff over there I didn't see.
Oh, good.
On that side.
Yeah, we got to check that in today. Angel Olsen, another release that I think slipped by a lot of people. Always a record store favorite. I see this one is on limited edition clear smoke vinyl, so I still have the indie exclusive for $24. Angel Olsen, kind of like a record store favorite, like a kind of an indie guitar driven kind of. I don't want to say folksy. It doesn't give it justice.
I know I've heard her, but I can't think of it right offhand. Yeah. I'm sure if I heard
it.
I'd
Anyway, worth a shot. Motorhead also having a job. I'm surprised that he wasn't on the list.
Oh my gosh, I know.
They've been doing box set after box set. I mean, just this album came in 3 formats. This is the $61 3 LP book with. They also had a limited edition box. Then they had the single LP. So they've been, and then he had 2 record store day releases. They've been all over the place. So, which is good because you can't find Motorhead records to save your life.
Oh, they had the record store at Black Friday, didn't they? They have that Christmas.
Yeah, the Christmas with the ornament.
Yeah.
Everyone's talking McCartney 3, but if you don't remember, he released something in the early part of 2020. He did the Flaming Pie Deluxe Anniversary Box. This is the archive collection. It's got all the extra stuff, home recordings. It's got the remastered album. $60, which it's a big package for $60.
Yeah. So got like a booklet in there, or is it just LPs?
It's got LPs. I believe it's got a book. My dad bought this. I know he played it. I haven't been to his house when he's played it, so I don't know what's all inside of it. But Flaming Pie and Dan, who is our metal aficionado, sometimes you see him in here. This is one of his. He says is his last great album, which I kind of dug the new one, but everyone's got their opinion. Anyway, this came out single LP and box form, so those are out. A lot of people missed them. Another one that was a huge release that quickly died out due to COVID. It was a big release, happened right in like March, April, and then like COVID hit the news, and the election hit the news, and it just shoo.
Who produces?
Shooter Jennings. One of Annette's favorite.
Well, I do have the one record that he put out for Record Store Day, but I haven't opened it yet.
With Jennings?
Yeah.
Well, with the snow, you'll have a little opportunity to crack it open. 11th studio album from Marilyn Manson. We haven't had a record from him in a long time. And I believe this includes a poster, 24 by 24 poster.
2 feet by 2 feet, 24 by 24.
Yeah. Original Marilyn Manson painting. Plus 3 exclusive postcards for $26.
You can mail those to your friends.
Mail them to your friends.
Yeah.
Tell them instead of a Christmas card, you give them a Marilyn Manson card.
I suppose you could put a little Christmas tree sticker on it. And say,
yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Metallica S&M 2. So if you remember, they did the orchestra, the San Francisco Symphony. They did an album. 20 years ago. So they finally did. the second version of it. $70. I think it's 3. Oh, it's probably 4 LP.
I haven't heard any of the others. This would be. I would love to hear some of this. I'm gonna have to play some of it.
S&M 1 wasn't a huge seller, but it's like the people who bought it loved it. Like if you bought it, you absolutely thought it was the greatest thing on earth. Happy to get S&M 2 for those people, because there's definitely a big difference in Metallica fans. There's fans who like their early stuff, their first 4 albums, which is like everybody. And there's people who like their later stuff. They're a little bit a different sound, a different flavor. They did stuff with orchestras. They're trying stuff. So it's cool to have that out. All right. If you're a King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard fan, maybe
I really think that's like one of the best band names ever.
Oh, and my mom instantly fell in love with them because their flightless record company is an ostrich. And my mom is a huge bird lover, and she loves. Actually, she had ostriches back in the day. So they had a lot of releases. I mean, they had this live. I think came out. This might have been 2019. This might have been the one 2019 that came out. But they put out records at a crazy pace. So we had Live in San Francisco 2016 that came out. We had KG2, which came out, and their new eco-friendly packaging, which I'm not a huge fan of because they get torn up and they don't look the best. They're easily, I mean, they come to me and even they're even torn up when they come to me. Some of them are worse, but.
And this is really cool. I'm just looking at number 16 on here. Stuck in a brief history of planet Earth, and one of the live in is Utrecht. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, Utrecht is where the biggest record show is in the whole world.
Oh, makes sense.
I think it's Utrecht.
Makes sense.
Yeah, so it's really cool.
KG2. So yeah, a lot of King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard stuff going on. So that's pretty cool. They got a bunch of releases. They have a bunch of releases all the time, so we're happy to have those.
That's a good one too. I love Norah Jones.
Norah Jones had a big release. This came out January. New album featuring I'm Alive, Flame Twin, Hurts to Be Alone. Norah Jones, Pick Me Up Off the Floor. This might be the indie exclusive. There was an indie. This is not the indie exclusive. We might be out of them. $23. You can pick that up.
Check her out if you like kind of smooth music. She's fantastic.
Like a new jazz kind of a thing.
Yeah.
Female vocal, but like,
a little bit on the jazzy.
On the jazz side.
Yeah.
All the Lana Del Rey fans out there were happy to get a new release. Although it's not a typical release from her, it's not like a music. It is a music release, but it's kind of like spoken like poetry.
Is this the poetry one?
It's like the poetry album. So it's if you're a big Lana Del Rey fan, which I know there's some of you out there, this is a different taste of them, but at least it came out on vinyl.
Because it does say read by the author.
Yep. So she's reading it. So it's kind of different. One of our best sellers, one of my favorites, My Morning Jacket Z. Although it didn't come out this year, the 10th anniversary album did. So these have been selling like crazy. It's on purple vinyl. $27. The price is right. These guys toured with Mumford & Sons. If you like Mumford & Sons, if you like a little bit of psychedelic rock and Mumford & Sons, that sounds like something you might like. Check out My Morning Jacket and start here. Start at Z. They have a few other really great albums. I love The Waterfall. I love, some of their earlier stuff. Start here. This is the one that's going to get you into them. All right, we're going to flip back over to Annette before I finish up my last crate.
Top 10 new releases of 2020.
Vinyl or just in general?
You know what? That's a good question.
It's probably in general. Well, we'll go through it.
I checked vinyl, so I'm going to assume it's vinyl, but I can't assume because you know what happens when you assume.
Yeah, you don't want to see make
So there's quite a few on this list that we don't have and haven't had and that I'm not familiar with. Number 10 is Phoebe Bridgers' Punisher. I don't know who that
Phoebe
is.
Bridgers' Punisher.
Bridgers,
yeah. That must not be on vinyl.
Number 9 is Liam Gallagher, MTV Unplugged.
Which is surprising.
Yeah. Live at Hull City Hall.
Liam Gallagher obviously was in Oasis, so he has some clout there. I understand that.
Number 8 is Jessie Ware, What's Your Pleasure? We do have some of these other ones.
Those must be not on vinyl because I would have those.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's on top 10 list, I usually have them in the shop, and since I don't have them, I'm wondering if they're not.
Right.
I'm gonna look into it today. I'm gonna see if I can get some of those.
So some of the ones coming up, the actual album we don't have, but we do have the artist. So we've got Khruangbin here.
Khruangbin Mordecai.
Mordecai is number 7 of the top 10 new releases for 2020. And if you haven't heard them, check them out. They're really phenomenal.
Yeah. Mordecai is probably on my like number 1, number 2 album of the year personally.
Plus, they sell huge.
Yeah, they really came out of the woodwork this year. You know, I had sold some in years past, here and there. This year, I sold more Crumbin, all of their records. I mean, I sold huge amounts of them. So they are a trio from, I think, out west. They have like a Brazilian bossa nova with a psychedelic with a little bit of like a heavy jazz influence.
But then again, when you mix them with the Leon Bridges, it's a whole different sound
yeah,
too.
They had the Leon Bridges.
Texas Sun.
Texas Sun came
yeah.
out. And then we had Mordecai. They came out with like a month apart. This is one of their older albums.
Hasta El Cielo.
They're all good. There's not a bad album out of them. I got them all, and they're all phenomenal. I spin them often.
Number 6 is The Chicks.
The Chicks, Dixie Chicks, when they dropped the Dixie.
We don't have that either.
Makes sense.
Number 5, which we actually do have a copy of, is The Strokes, The New Abnormal.
The New Abnormal. How funny is that they came out with a record called The New Abnormal before the pandemic? This did not come out. This came out early before the pandemic, guys. So they named a record The New Abnormal before the new normal was a phrase. Rick Rubin did it. Produced by Rick Rubin, which obviously was very well known. I saw a lot of these. Strokes are always a big fan, big record store favorite. Worth checking out if you like the Strokes.
Number 4 in the top 10 new releases 2020, Lady Gaga in Chromatic. It's just kind of a cool looking album.
Yeah, a lot of people miss this in my store because of the way it looks.
The 6th album by Lady Gaga.
It doesn't. Yeah. Again, this came out like in January. I think this is like right at the beginning of the year.
$26. Yeah, I don't remember that one.
This came out really early in the year, and it's got a weird package. It's got the clear LP with a clear sleeve, with a one sheet, a big old hype sticker. You would never guess that that's a Lady Gaga album.
No.
Looking at it, which is why I think these sales must be total sales. Because I mean, although I did sell quite a few of these, the cover just didn't help it in my store.
Already number 3, I had to pull this off of one of Nick's piles because we didn't want to do it twice here. Neil Young, Homegrown. And it's the number 3 of the top 10 new releases for 2020.
So if you missed this one, came out early in the year, I sold a mountain of them. This is the record that he did after Harvest, and he put it on the shelf, and he never released it. So this is an old album that was finally released this year. $24. If you like that era of Neil Young, this is probably worth picking up. Have you listened to it? Do you know the story behind it or not?
No, I don't know the story behind this one.
So the story behind this record is that he was in a relationship, believe it or not. The relationship went south, and it's kind of a story of that relationship. And he didn't put it out because he just was uncomfortable with it and embarrassed, and just it wasn't time. So he put it on the shelf, and he said as time went on, he can look back on it differently now. As with most relationships, you look back on them a decade, or in this case, like 3 decades later, you can come to peace with it. So he finally put it out. We're happy to get it. Getting the lost Neil Young album. So that makes sense why that is why that's on there.
Okay, number 2, we don't have in stock is Dua Lipa, Future Nostalgia.
Yeah.
And we have had it.
They sell it instantly.
I think last week we sold the last one before reorder.
So Dua Lipa, always, everyone's looking for Dua Lipa stuff. I see Tom is asking about the Rough and Rowdy Ways and Fetch a Bowl Color. I got them in my next crate. We're coming up. We're coming up on those.
Nick's on top of it, let me tell you.
Yeah.
Number 1.
Number 1.
Top 10 new releases 2020 is Alanis Morissette, Such Pretty Forks in the Road, and we do have one in stock.
Sold a lot of those.
$22. Man, you can't beat that price.
It's another pre-pandemic big release. She was going to go on the road. She was going to do the whole thing. Came out with the record, started, and then got cut off. So Alanis Morissette hadn't had a record in I don't know, long time. It had been a long time since she put out a record. So it was cool to see something new from her. The reviews on her are killer. I haven't listened to it yet. It's on my listening list. But Alanis Morissette, I mean, what can you say? All this good stuff. All right, so we're through both their top 10s. I got one last crate left where I'm going to cover some of those big releases that people are asking about. Got one last stack since I already gave up the...
I want to know about this one, because aren't we toadies?
This came in today. Show your record that came in today.
Yeah.
And that had to say it.
Obviously, it was off yesterday, and I didn't know new vinyl came in, so I was over kind of flipping through it when I was looking for my other pile. I don't know anything about
Toadies.
the Toadies.
They're
But
90s like...
how can we not sell the Toadies at Toad Hall? I've not seen this before. This is really interesting.
The Toadies.
We're all Toadies.
You're all Toadies.
Anybody that shops here, you can be a Toadie, too.
Absolutely you can.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So that's cool.
All right, so we're going to hit back to the stuff that you might have missed in 2020.
Oops.
Def Leppard's been putting out a lot of live stuff. So they did Hysteria Live, which came out earlier in the year, right in the middle of the pandemic. This is when we weren't getting records from anybody, and I think my store was shut down. And these came in, and I was like, oh, this is going to be huge. Def Leppard Hysteria Live, and then it's mid-pandemic, everyone forgot about it. You know, records come out every week, they missed it. This one just came out about, I don't know, a couple weeks ago. Hits Vegas.
Oh.
Limited edition 3LP, blue vinyl. So there's a lot of Def Leppard live stuff coming out. So that's kind of a big deal for 2020. Eagles, live at the Forum, Inglewood, California. Box set, 4LP, $100. Obviously, anytime the Eagles put something out, it's always huge. So a lot of people miss that.
That would be a good one to have.
Deep Purple Whoosh. This one amazed even me.
Mm-hmm.
I sold so many of these things. This thing has flew off the shelves. There was a deluxe edition with a DVD. There was a colored vinyl. This is the black 2LP. $27. The price is right. It's a classic album. The old guys still got it. Everyone loved it. Everyone loved that record. Big deal for us. About Deftones. Are you 90s fans? Another big release this year. $23. Again, probably sold. I sold a lot of these. But again, probably came out. A lot of people missed it because everyone was piling up their releases at the end of the year. People are just bound to miss things. So Deftones got these in stock. I had tickets to see them this summer. Didn't happen. Maybe next year I'll get to see them. All right, Bob Dylan, Rough and Rowdy Ways. I can't talk about 2020 big releases without including this, of course. It's got, look who's on the back there. It's Dylan. It's a fresh taste on Dylan. Obviously, Triplicate was a big deal a handful of years ago where we redid classic songs. This is original Dylan. It's got the Murder Most Foul, the big famous epically long song on there. It's Dylan. I mean, it's different. It's fresh. It has a different flair to it. It's not it's not 60s Dylan, but it's in line with what he's been doing the last couple decades. You have this in that?
Mm-mm.
Crossroads box. I think a lot of people miss this too. Crossroads Guitar Festival 2019. Obviously, it came out this year. And it's got everybody on it. It's got Tedeschi Trucks. It's got Gary Clark Clapton, Keb Mo, Johnny Lang, Buddy Guy, Robert Cray. Everybody's on this thing. Peter Frampton's on this thing. Pretty cool. Pretty cool compilation of the Crossroads Festival, which someday I would like to get to. Maybe 2021. All right.
Let's hope.
Yeah, let's hope. Beyonce Homecoming box set just came out not that long ago. $58. Got a bunch of these. Been selling them okay.
Yeah.
Beyonce always sells well. Lemonade sells like crazy. So if I had one of those, I'd show it too. Black Keys
4 LPs.
10 LP anniversary deluxe. Finally, it's like these were out of print. They knew that the re-anniversary was coming, so they finally kind of waited. They finally came back out. One of my best sellers. 2 LP. It's got a bunch of extra stuff on it. $36. They also did a 7-inch box of all the songs. We have those. We have one of those. Those are real limited. I have one on my website.
You want me to grab it?
Nah, I don't want it.
Okay.
So she did Bowie, because Bowie was on the top 10 best-selling artists this year. But this one, this is the original Man Who Sold the World, or AKA Metro Blast, with the original cover. $26. Sold a lot of these. It was a big deal when this came out. Middle of the year. So makes sense that David Bowie had a nice big release. How about Gorillaz? My sister's a huge Gorillaz fan. I love them. They finally had a new album, Song Machine, which was kind of weird. It was released one song at a time online. Then they compiled it, put it out on a record. $23. I got the limited orange vinyl still in stock. $23. How about AC/DC? Boom. New AC/DC record. 2020.
Hard to believe.
Hard to believe these guys are still going out, putting out records, killing it, and doing a world tour.
Whoa. Correct me if I'm wrong. Wasn't this their 40th anniversary or together?
Probably
50th
450th.
Yeah.
So yeah, big new album, big world tour that got canceled. They're still out there. They're still doing it. We actually still have the CD light up boxes still that were limited edition. We got those in stock too. Obviously, AC/DC, you know what you're getting when you buy an AC album.
What are you getting?
You're getting a fucking rock album. Is what you're getting. You crank it to 11 and rock out.
Oh, piss off the neighbors, you mean?
That's right.
Yeah.
All right, Fetch the Bolt Cutters. Another huge album this year, the Fiona Apple. A lot of, we had Morissette, we had Fiona. It was like the comeback of the 90s females this year. I mean, they really killed it. I still got the Opaque Pearl double vinyl, which was the indie exclusive. I think I have the black as well. Sold really well. Again, a kind of a pandemic title. I guess it came out in February, I think. But everyone forgot about it. Just like everything else this year. It got kind of pushed aside. So, another really well-touted album this year. We're getting down there. Billy Joe Armstrong of Green Day came out with a solo. 1,000 other records came out that week. I think a lot of people missed it. I've got the blue vinyl version here in time. I also have the standard version. Another pandemic title. Bright Eyes, a record store favorite. I sell tons of Bright Eyes albums. This is the double LP, transparent orange, transparent. Look at they even got a little hole here, so you can see the color. This is a die cut hole, guys.
Good idea.
So you can see the color,
Wow.
which is, I wish everyone did that, because I can't tell you the amount of times people say, "What color is it on?" Well, it's sealed. I'm not opening it.
And they didn't tell us.
And they didn't put a hype sticker on it. That's always very annoying. Anyway, Down in the Woods, Where the World Once Was, download with lyric sheet, transparent orange vinyl, $26.
And red, transparent red.
Transparent red.
Yeah.
This one just came out, so I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it. The live Arctic Monkeys. Arctic Monkeys, I saw a ton of at the store. It's like their greatest hits live. Double clear vinyl. It just came out a week or two ago. So. Hendrix.
This has been selling pretty good too.
Live in
actually,
Maui.
yeah.
You think everyone would be Hendrixed out by now? They're not. Man, but I have my hats off to him. He priced his stuff great. $51. It's 3 LP with a Blu-ray. $51. It's not expensive for what you get. And it's Jimi Hendrix. Usually when you get a top tier artist, they charge an arm and a leg.
This was recorded in Maui, Hawaii.
Yeah.
We just had one of the volcanoes just.
One of the volcanoes out there went out?
Yeah, just like I thought I saw in the last week.
You did. I'm not sure what island it was.
If
you know what island it was, comment. Let us know. But yeah, big release this year for Hendrix. In 2020, wouldn't make an expression without this record, guys. If you're new to the channel, you might have missed it. I bought 263 of these at one point. There's 1,000 of these made. It was a Record Store Day Drop 2 title that a lot of people missed. I bought out the rest of the press. There's a video over on the channel. If you head over to the Total channel, it says I bought 236 Styx albums. Click on that. It explains the whole story. It's on blue vinyl. This is what I rocked out on Christmas Eve. I gave my dad one as a joke because he didn't own one yet. So we cracked it open, threw it on the table, and listened to the whole thing. Great memories with this record. It's going to leave a lasting impression. Of the 232, you know how many I have left? So this came out
133.
I think I'm under 100. I think I'm around 95
Oh my God.
I'm under 100. So we only had them since drop 2, which would have been end of September. So we've moved a lot of these. If you're a Styx fan, be sure to check out the video at least. If not, pick one up. But it is in the campaign. Paradise Theater was stuck in the middle of a reissue campaign. So the previous month, they came out with Pieces of 8 on silver. Again, limited to 1,000. I did not order 232 of these. In fact, these were almost already sold out when I tried to get more. I've got maybe 1 or 2 of those left. And this last month in November, late November, they came out with Cornerstone on red. Again, limited to this one. Yeah, limited to 1,000 on red. So we've got them all 3 in stock. I can't not have them in stock because of this friggin' album. After my little record and it was like everyone was coming in the store buying this album and like, I saw your video. How crazy was that? It was just so much fun.
It was.
That was one of the most fun things I did this year. And although it's not a new album and it is kind of a new release, I had to put it in here because this will be the year I'm known for.
Yeah.
People will always remember that, and I will always remember it. So it's been a little bit of fun in a otherwise chaotic year. So any notable stuff you want to talk about in that?
I haven't heard it yet, but I pulled this one as the Lost Berlin tapes. 2 LPs, $31.
Yep.
This was recorded in 1962 in Berlin. And it's on Verve.
Yeah.
It's unheard and newly discovered music from Ella Fitzgerald.
Yeah, so it's...
Big Ella fan, so I did listen to a little bit of this on YouTube before this came out. So
it's like all new. It was literally a lost tape. Like it's never been heard. It's all new stuff. It's been found, resurrected, and put on vinyl.
It was the concert was recorded and the tapes remained sealed, unopened in their box for 58 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
I wonder how much of that stuff's actually out there still.
Right.
I'm sure there's a lot.
Oh, I know.
I'm sure there's a lot of that stuff out there. And I want to thank all you guys for watching. 2020 is the year that my channel took off. You know, halfway through the year, we really got serious with it. And your support has led into this and so much other stuff. With our website, has exploded this year. Thanks a lot in part to you guys.
Right.
Obviously, the pandemic can take a little credit for that too. But thanks so much for watching. The MoFi Minute, hopefully we got New Year's this year. Yeah. So I'll try to squeeze a MoFi Minute in. There hasn't been a lot going on at MoFi due to the pandemic and just shipping issues, like everybody trying to get their shipping stuff for Christmas.
And hopefully they'll pick up after the beginning of the year.
It's getting better. And then, we have the new vinyl on Saturdays, which I'll try to get back to doing that. Holidays, everything's a little hectic. Everyone's trying to visit everybody and families and stuff. But
it does look like there are a couple new releases.
Yeah, we got a bunch of new
that haven't been put in yet. So.
We were trying to get them before Christmas, and they came in yesterday. They came in yesterday. So Annette's going to put those in today. Yep, there'll be new stuff. Will be up on the website. Everything you saw is already up on the website. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next week. In 2021.
Next year.
It'll be next year next week.
Next year.
Next year. So we'll get it done.